right cheer, right gear, throw it up, no high cheer. Cold like a white beer, Freddy Krueger, I'm a rap bitch, nightmare. And I'm rich, I could buy you. Kill bitches, leave their body in a bayou. More brain than an IQ, more head than a dread. And my bank account ain't hardly empty. That's why I come through in a Barbie Bentley. So please, mamacita, please no envy. When you come around, it reads no entry. Who's next to go? My flow so flexible. Get gas, then get at me. Text a cow, shoot yourself in the leg. Plex a cow. White jag with a twisted lip. I ain't Mike Jack, but this is it. I'm everywhere. You like Balloon Boy, mama, you was never there. I am the Kung Fu Panda. Fuck all of your blogs, fuck all of your propaganda. Good for the goose, then it's good for the gander. Nicki ain't a rapper, Nicki is a brander. Please, you can never compare to me. All these bitches is scared of me. I am who they couldn't even dare to be. So that's all, folks. I go hard, pause, high spinner flow, get more pause. I'm a bad bitch on all fours. The president be like, it's all yours. Weezy and Nicki bring the A-game, high stats. Go together like Ricky and his eye patch. Go together like a team in the gym. Kareem in the ring, the queen and the king.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? You already know, man, it's your boy, LeBron, female Rightfully. I'm back with a quick video. Look, the traffic is bad. It's raining in Texas. So I said I might as well just go live real quick, you know? I really was just trying to take my ride to myself and just like be with myself. But I said, let me come and chit chat real quick. I see some things going on, especially like a lot of people talking about Cynthia G. They're saying that her YouTube channel got demonetized and some people are happy about it. I say this, like when it comes to people doing bad or, you know, whatever the case may be, I don't ever like really I don't feel good when a person is doing bad because I feel like that energy could come right back on you. But it's a lot of conversation with people, you know, talking about the messaging that Cynthia G had on, Cynthia G relayed on her channel. And some people are happy that it happened. You know, some people I think, like, let's just keep it real because I feel like a lot of times people don't look at the obvious. People don't look at the obvious. A lot of people are jealous. They are jealous. Just like I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of like, cause you know that this is female rapidly. It's a lot of people who do commentary on female rap, whether they're on YouTube or whether they're on different platforms. I hear different shit. Like I used to hear this one person that's on a different platform other than YouTube, and they be so mad when people talk about different. Like if I mix a title with Nicki Minaj and Cardi, they like, oh, you're mixing, you're doing this. No, you're really jealous because you don't really have a pool. You got a pool where you're at, and you might could get some retweets, but you ain't nobody really beseeches you for commentary like that, and you know that shit. So you know what I'm saying? People are jealous because their platforms ain't growing and they do be mad. And that's, I think a lot of that goes into that with people mad as far as reach. And they, you know, like, oh, she's this, you know, she's negative. But the thing is like, I'm going to say this, right? And I always say this because I feel like I can only keep it real from my scope, from my living and everything that I've been through. I'm 40 years old. I've been, you know, I've been some places in life and I've been around some things, you know. Luckily, my dad was in my life, but my mother was a custodial parent. I'm telling you, throughout my life, I've seen different struggles, you know, that black women and black men go through. And I do notice that most of the time it is the woman who's kept in the fight. They don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have no choice. So there's a lot of things that I can relate to. What Cynthia G says, it's a lot of things that I could disagree with, you know, but I want to say this too. As many people who have come against her and said that, oh, it's good that you're demonetizing this and that. It's like, you listen to her, but have you listened to any of these male channels who talk shit about black women, talk about beating your asses and possibly taking you, like, all types of shit? Y'all listen to those channels? Because it's like, I think what it is that, and let's be honest, let's just cut straight to the chase. Y'all see her views and you can't get them. You know what I'm saying? That girl could build a new platform today, and you still not gonna get the views that she get. And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to be funny or no shit like that, but I do feel like sometimes is there some extremist commentary within, you know, the shit that she says? Yeah, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that left. When she's on her channel, I think what do let me tell you this, right? Do niggas get embarrassed or do they get, like, you know, upset when she's be calling niggas nothing? You're a nothing ass bitch. Do they get mad at that? I feel like that's an opinion, and if you a nothing ass bitch, you gonna get offended by that shit. That shit don't offend me. But let me just tell you this. Just quick segue, right? I be on like different apps and shit like that, right? And it be people on there, they be trying to like, just talking and shit like that. It be like midday. I be on my phone like maybe like 11, 12 o'clock. And I'm thinking to myself, how are all of y'all niggas live on this app at 10, 11 o'clock? You don't got no jobs? Like, what are you doing? I'm going to be completely fair with you. Now, in my family, like most of the women are successful, right? All of the women in my family are successful, and it's sad. It's sad where I don't agree with like taking out male children and not giving birth to them. All of that. That's one thing I could say I don't agree with. What I'm going to tell you is, I do think that Cynthia G was onto something, because I remember being at a family reunion. My aunt came to the table. It was all of the women at the table, like my little cousins and stuff like that. And she was like, I'm going to tell you this right now. Pray that you don't have a boy, because most of the guys that's in our family, they ain't shit. And I thought that that was so crass. I thought it was so blunt. But then when you sat back and just looked around, it was very true. All of the women in my family are overachievers. You know what I'm saying? It's not just because you have a college degree but it's like they want more out of life. They're doing more. And a lot of the women in my family do have they have daughters. And I just feel like it is a gamble when it comes to black men, because everybody is not going to come out and do their thing. And I mean, I think that people work hard no matter if you're hustling or whatever. But I mean, it's going to be, you might run into law enforcement, different shit. I can say as a black man that I don't see a lot of ambition within a lot of us. So her messaging doesn't offend me. Let me just tell you this, and I'm gonna be blunt with you, just to kind of just be real with you. My brother, and I'll give him, like, he's an exception because he got caught up in some shit when he was like 14, 15 years old. They tried him as an adult and they robbed a Chinese man, right? My brother has a felony, and I'm be honest with you, that nigga makes more money than me. And and just to be keep it real with you, we both don't have college degrees. I told you I'm starting my new job on Monday. I don't have no college degree, but I work myself up. But this role that I'm starting is in the 70s. My brother is almost making $90,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. It's all about what you want to do. Like I'm telling you, I think what it is that as the older that I get more stressed about like my personal success and like how am I doing? Like, even though I told y'all, see, I was open and transparent with y'all. YouTube, they demonetized my channel. Yeah, they did, but this is not my bread and butter. I think that a person like Cynthia G, even if she did get demonetized, she made enough money. Like, I ain't gonna say like if she would have to be a fool to like do that good and not stack none for no rainy day to be like, what if this happens? Or you know what I'm saying? I think that she's smart. I think that she stashed money, and I think that she'll be okay. But what I'm saying is like a lot of the times, like it opened my eyes up watching channels like hers and just different black women channels to realize like, damn, black men, like a lot of us, like we really don't take accountability for shit. Like you can like yo, let me tell you this. I said this to one of my homeboys. I was just like, yo, I've been like doing my thing and like working out, being healthy since like maybe Cinco de Mayo. And I'm not one of those friends who I feel like, yo, I can do good, and I'm just gonna do good and watch you to continue to just deteriorate and not take care of yourself and not raise to the rise to the occasion, right? But I'm telling you, I have the most difficult times talking to this nigga. Like, bro, I'm like, yo, you got sleep apnea, you got high blood pressure, you're already overweight. Like, why you ain't? I'm like, yo, I even be giving this nigga credit. He live in a nice area. I'm like, why you don't be walking like the little parkway over by your house? Like, you don't do no exercise, and you vaccinated. So who knows what that's doing to your blood, your heart, and all of that? When I tell you, I have like, yo, you're like, my parents, they live in Mississippi. I don't need nobody tell me what to do. Okay, and I told him, I said, I would listen. I'm crass. I said, all right. When I be standing over you at your funeral, I keep it real with my friends. And sometimes people can take it and sometimes they can't. But the all in all is that I feel like each one teach one. If you see somebody not doing well, you be that type of friend where you sit back and you let them deteriorate, let them, end up dilapidated. I don't want my friends to go down like that. I'm telling you, even one of my homeboys who passed away, I don't know what it was. We knew each other for almost 10 years. But each and every time, like, we all yo-yo. We go in on diets and we go forward and then, we might fall off or whatever. Every time I would start getting my shit right, it inspired him. He'd be like, you know what? I'm about to go back. It's like, damn, this shit ain't even inspiring you. It's like, and you got all these, like, these medical ailments against you, stacked against you. Niggas don't like accountability. And it even got to the point where it's just like, um, one of my friends asked me like, "Yo, can I want you. Can you get me a job where you work?" And it's just like I'm not one of those people who co-sign for people because you got to be. Not only do you have to have some experience, but it's just like I don't want no shit charged to my name, especially if I feel like you can't be fully competent and if you can't like just I don't know. It's just a lot that goes into it. It's a lot. It's a lot. But back to the subject matter at hand. I don't think I think that Cynthia G it's a space for her. I don't think that she has well, maybe they will be upset at that. Now that I think about it, maybe because on some real shit, ever since that Fresh and Fit podcast got demonetized, maybe there's a lot of men who are upset about that and they like, "Oh, she talks about abortions is like aborting black men, black babies and shit like that." So maybe they all rallied together on a low, was in a group chat or some shit, and was just like, "We got to get rid of this bitch," right? But Storm Monroe, he's promoting a new channel for her. So I don't know. See, the thing is, unless a person tells you and they're like really truthful with you, you don't really know what. She could be suspended for 90 days. You don't really know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. She could be like, I got suspended for 90 days. So my suspension is up at the end of December. Thank God this ain't my bread and butter, and I still get my paycheck next month. So it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still get my check next month. So I mean, this month. So it is what it is. The promotion starts next. My new role starts on Monday, so that increase is already incoming. And like I wouldn't be worried about it. I would have been like, damn, I don't got that little because I don't make that much money on my channel. I make a little $1,000 or 15 between like $1,000 and $1,500 a month, and I typically like pay my car note, pay my credit card bills, and do shit like that. But I don't need the money for it. Like if it was really personal like that, I wouldn't be going live like this. It's like it's all about a connection you know? So maybe that's what they got her caught up with as far as like, saying like, don't give birth to their babies. But I don't even think she said abortion or anything like that. Only she knows the true details behind like, her demonetization or her suspension. But I will be honest with you and I'm not saying two wrongs don't make a right, but I feel as though the rise of the because Cynthia G used to do different commentary. I think the rise of her channel was especially like with a lot of things happening, like the black femicide and a lot of the red pill channels who have negative messaging towards black women. So she like I feel as though like this. I'm not saying this is true, but I feel like her stance is okay. Y'all niggas could do this. Well, I'm gonna stand and I'm gonna tell the truth statistically. Let's keep it real. And like I ain't trying to be funny on no shit. I'm being for real for real. How many of us, a lot of us, and I'm not saying that I don't know black women who ain't shit either, but a lot of them like yo, when I was like doing my business in the beginning here in Houston and I used to be delivering like physically and shit like that, most of my customers who used to spend bread like that were black women. Like no question about it. Like used to spend money. And I'm not saying that's the end all be all, but what I'm trying to say for real is like I know more black men who ain't shit than more black women. And I'm just gonna be blunt and just say it. I know more black men who ain't shit than black women. Like you could say what you want, but I know that that's very true. When I look across and like even self-reflecting and looking within my family, you know, like last year was really hard. Last year in 2021 was really hard. During the pandemic, like I felt like a lot of shit happened, especially like with crime being on the rise. I'm not saying that I can't be a victim of like being robbed or being shot at or something like that, but I don't live a lifestyle like that, like at all. But I have a lot of family members like yo. Let me tell you something. I have a lot of family members who live like that and been through some shit. I honestly think my mom is almost 70 years old. She's lucky to have all of her sons alive, and none of us have been victims of gun violence. I mean anything can happen at any time, but it's like I think that's if you meet a mother, that's like some OG shit, and you shouldn't even have to be looked at like that. But it's like all your sons are alive. None of them been like my mother's sons. They've been in prison. My one brother, He just, he's always still been in the streets. My other brother, he realized that shit wasn't for him. And why he might be a little asshole, and I feel like he is very selfish, he does well for himself. So it's like, when you look at it, and it's like a nigga who got a felony and he still made a way. He had a, and they looked at that as a violent crime. He still made a way. My brother works for the state, making almost $90,000 a year. He didn't make no excuse. But the thing is, he's what? He's a little older than me, so he's like 44. But it took him a little while to get to that point of making good money. But the thing is that he still arrived and he got there. You know. So a lot of niggas, I don't see that they want to strive like that. I be like, yo, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not saying people don't have night jobs and shit like that, and you can't, have a different type of career. But I be like, how the fuck are you live right now? Like, I be wondering, like, how are you live right now? You grown. Like, I be so concerned about my money, so concerned about like setting up for the future. Like, I be like, are these niggas not thinking like that? Like, why you not trying to do your best right now? It's like you can even speak to a person. Like, I could even have a conversation with a person and be like, yeah, the way that you speak, your diction, you could, and I know that people might think this is on some classes, like some separation type shit, but you could never make, and maybe everybody don't want to make it in the corporate world, but you could never make it. You could never make it. Never. One of my homeboys, he make probably like almost $20 an hour, but the shit, that's not even shit at this point. Like, depending on how you living. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you gonna do to make more money? Like, you keep talking about this team leader that work at your job and how she fucking up and doing this or whatever. I'm like, when are you gonna turn into the team leader? You've been in your role almost 7 years. Like, what's the next step for you? Yo, another thing, just to keep it real and just like tell truth. I had to think about this yesterday. I'm starting my new role on Monday, the 16th. My coworkers, every coworker who I work with, and most of them, I ain't gonna be 100% of them is women. When I moved here to Houston in 2016, all of them have been like yo. When I moved to the Houston in 2016, I was doing a regular like insurance, medical, customer service job, right? Every person who I had known from back then have advanced in their role. Everybody. It was even this one girl I reached out to. Like, that's what made me realize this to even say this right now. I reached out to her because they had like some sort of like activity day at their job last week. And so I reached out. I said, yo, I said, did you switch jobs? And she was like, oh no. She was like, they switched the name to the company, but she said, I wanted to tell you, she was like, since January, now I'm the Medicare manager. I was like, wow. So many of the women who I know, they not working in regular customer service no more. They advanced, they up, and like, yo, I'll keep it real with you. Even the job that I work at now, it made me feel good when I worked there because the black guy Miko, he was a supervisor, and he told me that he literally started off as a representative, and he's a supervisor. Now he's in another role where he's like the auditor over our policy, like policy holder, like, because with insurance companies they have paperwork that have to be completed, right, for policy owners and shit. He's over that. He's making a good coin over there too. So, but it's not that many black. It's mostly white men and Hispanic men that work at my job, like in those high roles. So it's like I felt good to see him there doing his thing, and like, because there's really no black men at my job. And I'm not saying this just to bash, because I'm a black man, but what I feel is though that niggas don't keep it real. They don't keep it real. Niggas will grow up and watch their mother struggle and watch their father not contribute to the household and all of that shit, and you will still give this nigga kudos and treat him like he's the best thing since sliced bread. Not saying that he's not a good. Listen, you call it what you call it. But what I'm gonna say is that my mom and many moms who I know, they stood in the fight and they didn't have no choice but to stand in the fight. My mom worked 3 jobs sending niggas to fucking private school and had a stroke behind working 3 jobs because she wasn't getting the proper rest, stressed out and doing whatever she had to do to try to keep us away from the public schools, while my father sat back selling his little nick bags and, selling his weed and shit like that. Whatever else he was doing, he did that, right? And it'd be a lot of these stories where these women be saying where it's like, a lot of that shit be true. Like, yo, and I don't like, yo, I thank God that I did have my father at a vital point where it's just like, it's not being able to identify your own dad and knowing who you look like and shit like that and who you act like or whatever. That's big, right? But my father had a lot of misses, and this is exactly why this nigga is in a nursing home right now. And like, yo, I had to confront my brothers on this shit. Y'all niggas talk all that shit, talking about, oh, daddy this and daddy that, daddy. This nigga been in a nursing home. When have you went to go see him? Because it's not really urgent. And I want to tell you this. I don't know what you went through with your father if you catch this video, but I want to tell you this. Adults are responsible for fostering relationships for kids. You got to reach a point in your life. And my father, we was like, I wouldn't say close, but we was in close proximity. Close, yes, at times, but we was in close proximity to each other up until I was about 18, 19 years old. To me, that's the most valuable years because a lot of people have those misses and that emptiness. I don't have no. You can say that I have daddy issues if you feel that way. I feel like my toxic traits that I picked up from that is that if I could stop talking to my dad, I could stop talking to you. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm not empty in a way where I'm looking for love from a person because I had it from my mother. I had it from my brothers. My father was there, even though my mother was the custodial parent. I watched this nigga harass my mother to have the child support turned off, even though it was only 35 fucking dollars, $17 a week. This nigga begged my mother to turn that shit off. You understand what I'm saying? Like, pennies on the fucking dollar, my nigga. Pennies. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. From my scope, being on this channel as a black man, I see life very differently. I grew up, I had a lot of women as friends. I seen a lot of the bullshit that they went through. You know what I'm saying? I seen niggas not take care of their kids, you know, um, get women pregnant, not take care of them, maybe only come around on a birthday or some shit like that. And a lot of the women who I know and I grew up with, they are fed up. So I'm not gonna sit up here and just like blame women. Like, no, I feel like I can give an opinion from both sides. Like, yes, I do know most of the women who I know, they, to be honest with you, they make money. And I know that everything is not about money, but you need money in this. You know how you see inflation, you realize what's going on. Yo, let me tell you something. I take shit to another level. This damn water company, I'm not gonna put it on blast because I don't want everybody to do it, and then you try to do it too. You got to use your mind and do whatever you do. But this water company, I go to Walmart and I get all of my water. So these bottles of water was like $1, right? So all of the water went up to $1.74. Now I get inflation and everything. I'm basically paying almost getting paying for almost 2 bottles of water at this point. I wrote the fucking company and I told them, listen, I'm not being funny. Like, listen, sometimes you got to say what you want to get what you want also. And I said that this has caused me grief and I need to be able to have access to, XYZ, the water that I like. And I feel like this is wrong. Tell me why they sent me mad coupons. Now I can go every time I go to the store. I'm gonna scan them shits. So it's not gonna bring it down to $1, but it's gonna bring it substantially lower. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about just putting that effort out there. Like I said, first I let that shit slide for like 2 weeks. I said, oh hell no, nope. I wrote the company. I said a lot to them, and it was very compelling. It was very compelling, and I told him how this was wrong, and this you like. Come on, this is almost like 100% price increase. Damn, it's raining so bad. Um, Damn, I done spent all my time talking about the Cynthia G shit. I'm almost at my location now, even though I knew I was going to be running a little late. So, yeah, I think that platforms like Cynthia G, maybe she could switch her messaging up as far as like not giving birth, but I don't think anything else outside of that she got to switch it up because I feel like I've seen black woman after black woman get trapped with niggas who ain't shit, who ain't doing shit, keep having, and I don't think that you should give birth to any child, whether it's male or female. I think that you need to assess the person who you deal with. You know what I'm saying? And see what they about. You need to sit back like a fly on the wall and see do this nigga value his family? How he treat his mother? You need to be around a nigga how he treat his mother. Is he impatient with his mother? Do he talk shit to his mother? Is he disrespectful to his mother? How does he I hate to tell you this, but typically, and you know what? Shit, I can't even say that fully. See, I be brainstorming so damn much. I be like, damn, like a nigga who value his mother, like, maybe he'll treat you good. But shit, I was gonna say, didn't that African guy, he chopped some girl up and did some shit? I don't know. You just, go. Stupid ass. So, I mean, you just never really know, just to be honest, just to be fair. You don't know, but I think that you can do yourself better justice by doing more research and kind of like just observing people. So anyway, really really quick, I know that I got Sexy Red in the title. I feel like her performance, yeah, I did like I liked Ski and all of that, but her damn shorts is too tight to be performing like that way. Like I just felt like she couldn't move in them shorts. They were so tight in that crotch. You could see it on BET last night. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I'm proud of Sexyy Red. She got her Drake collaboration, so that's gonna give her some more buzz for a little bit longer. Hopefully, Drake send that to radio. I think that that's a really good song with Drake, Sexyy Red, and SZA. I like that song. And then also, Nicki Minaj, she announced that her tickets is going to be going on tour soon. I really got to go because I'm already almost behind and I want to get my little exercise in before I start. Bottom line is, I feel like platforms like Cynthia G, I think they are important because black women need that boost. They need that boost. Maybe it can make them reflect and be like, you know what, I do need to pick up, I need to realize the type of man that I'm picking or whatever the case may be. I think that her channel is a reflection of all of the red pill channels where niggas be going in on women and like, we talking about like, yo, I've been on some different channels. They talking about, yo, beat that bitch ass. Listen, it's a lot. It's a music commentator, blogger who even be with that shit. Beat that bitch ass. Like, like just on some crazy shit. How can you grow up? And a lot of us males, you grew up as a single male with you grew up with a male with a single mom. How could you condone a lot of the messaging that you hear? And that's why I'm saying niggas is not keeping it real. They not. They backing up their damn dads, even though they know that their mother took the brunt of the burden. And it's like there's no realization. Like even my brother, I had to check that motherfucker. He was trying to big up my fucking father. I big him up because we ain't one of these kids. We know who the fuck we came from. Right? We got memories with our dad, multiple memories traveling, doing all of that shit. But my mother took the brunt of the burden. Don't ever disrespect her on some, don't ever. Like you gotta make niggas realize the fuck. Like, don't act like you don't know what was sacrificed and contributed to your fucking well being and you being raised. So, you know, yeah. Listen, I gotta go. Y'all be blessed. This is your boy LaRon, female rap elite. I'm sorry I ain't touch on all of the topics in depth, but I really wanted to say this because I feel like I'm not saying this is an excuse again, but Cynthia's channel is a response to a lot of the bullshit that just be going on YouTube, and I do feel like her messaging is needed and it is important for women. I don't listen to a lot of those red pill channels, but I could tell you from observing and being around women and seeing how shit goes down. You know, I do feel like I'm rushing, so I ain't hit on all my points, but you'll get the gist of what I'm saying if you understand. Do I think that her shit is a little extreme? Yeah, sometimes, but I mean, you have to be. I feel like you got to be blunt. I'm blunt in my commentary. A lot of the people who I love, they're blunt in theirs too. So you can't pussyfoot around matters. It is what the fuck it is. So listen, this is your boy LaRon, female rap elite. I don't listen to Sexyy. I prefer Chrissy. More analytic, more calmer. You talking about Chrissy from the Pink Pill? I tried her. She's not really my approach. I like Cynthia G. I like Tanya TKO. I do like what's her name? Nyla. I like the raw content. I like people who keep. I don't want no shit sugar coated. Like let's get straight to the chase. Pop that real shit. If I disagree with it, I didn't agree with aborting black babies. I don't agree with that at all. But that's her point of view, and she's backing it up with her reasoning based on what's going on in this community. That's her opinion. I don't agree with it. I'm a male, so I can't. I think that would be self-hating as a male. But I would be a liar to say that I don't see that a lot of niggas ain't shit and that they do wreak havoc. And then, I be thinking Cynthia G is crazy as hell. She be like, they go through, they destroy the community, they're killing the black women, even black men. Like, yo, that's really true. Black men are a threat to listen. That's why I told you my mother ain't have no kids die from gun violence. But every day that I get to my apartment, I go in or whatever, it's a blessing to make it inside of your apartment. When you go to the gas station, you gassing up, you don't know what's going to happen. And most of the time, it is somebody within our community. I don't care what you say. It is real. So we are a threat against ourselves. We are a threat to each other. But listen, I be thinking it's so funny when Cynthia Dree be like, these men are treasonous. They're treasonous. That should be crazy as hell. But anyway, I gotta go, y'all. Be blessed. This is your boy LaRon, female rapidly. I'm signing out. Peace.